Hi, so welcome to sunny Compton, London on this beautiful morning, and I've just been away this weekend down in Dartmoor leading a residential workshop. So this is principally for the men who were there on that workshop, but I thought I'd also put it out as a live because I think it will be useful to other people as well. And I want to talk a little bit about identity and the proverb, feed the other wolf, and how this kind of fits practically, a kind of key that can be used when we find ourselves triggered, when we find ourselves going into an emotional response and losing our centering, losing our kind of adult capabilities and maybe behaving a little bit like a child, which I think most adults do at some point in their lives. So I'll say a little bit about the proverb, the story of it, because I know not everyone's heard the story of it. So the story is that there is this community. It's a Native American community, and there is a wise elder who everyone respects. And he really seems to be able to keep his cool and stay centered in pretty much all situations. And he's got a grandson though, and his grandson is having a bit of a hard time. He's getting triggered, he's getting into fights and squabbles and losing it a lot. So he goes to see his granddad for some advice, and he says, "Granddad, how do you do it? How do you maintain this centeredness? I mean, I'm really trying, but I kind of lose it all the time. You know, I get into these fights with my partner, with other people." And his granddad says, "Well, I have that within me too. There are two wolves within inside me. There is a wolf who is centered and calm and grounded, kind of what you see. There is that wolf within me, but there is another wolf who is reactive, who gets into fights and squabbles. And whenever something happens, these two wolves fight. But the calm, centered wolf always wins." And the grandson thinks about this a little bit and says, "Okay, yeah, kind of makes sense. So you've got a part within you that kind of goes into a reaction, but the centered one always wins." But he says, "But why?" And the granddad says, "Well, I chose to feed the other wolf. I chose to feed the centered, calm wolf." So what does this mean practically? Yeah, what does this practically mean? This is about seeing the goodness in us, seeing the calm, centered place within us, but it's got a very practical application, I think, in when we get triggered. So when we go into a pattern, and probably, I think almost everyone who's watching this will know that there's certain patterns that you go into. So maybe it's with my partner. I go into a particular reaction about something, or maybe it's that I go into collapse and self-doubt and shame at particular points. But I know it's a pattern. I can see it happens at times in my life. If you're aware, if I have an awareness that I am in that pattern, even if I'm kind of in a lot of drama and there's a lot of stress and I don't feel calm and it kind of feels like it's going wrong, if I have an awareness of it, if I'm aware, then that little bit of awareness means that there is something else present in me other than the pattern. Yeah? So it means that as well as the pattern, which is one of the wolves, there is the awareness of it, which is the other wolf. Yeah? The space to be aware of it. And what's really important is in that circumstance, I think it's pretty common that we can get identified with the pattern and we can think, oh, it's all going wrong. Oh no, I'm behaving like a child. I'm an adult, but I'm behaving like a child. What is this? And there's a kind of drama, yeah, which is which is part of the pattern. It is the pattern. The drama is the pattern. And there is a real freedom in seeing that that isn't all you are, that seeing that there is a witnessing of it as well. And once you're able to see that witnessing, there can be a feeding of that wolf, which allows a kind of stepping back from the pattern. So by this I mean like the calmness and groundedness to witness, to admit, oh yeah, that is happening in me. There's this kind of behavior, but knowing that that behavior doesn't define you, that it's not all you are, and seeing that there is actually a bigger part of you that's witnessing it. And the very perception of that, the very seeing of that is feeding the other wolf. It is feeding the wolf within that can witness the whole drama. And when you perceive that you're not fully in it, that opens up a little chink. It opens up a bit of space in which the nervous system can relax, because it knows it's not fully in the pattern. And then once the nervous system can relax a little bit more, it usually offers a little bit more perspective. Oh, I was really in something right then. And then there's the space to step back a little bit more and be a little bit more free of it. So really, the pattern is just a memory, yeah? So in it, it can feel like it's going wrong. It can feel like we need to do something about it. But that's because within the pattern, there's a kind of experience of threat. The nervous system is getting dysregulated. But the witnessing of the pattern is that space. It is the other wolf. It is what we can feed, and realize that our behaviors don't define who we are. It doesn't mean that we can't take responsibility for it. It doesn't mean that I can't humbly admit, yep, I was really triggered right then. I was really in something, yeah? But that very admitting allows freedom, allows space. So I hope that's useful. And yeah, it's part of building an identity. And I guess this elder in this community had been through that process within himself of putting more, of realizing more and more the one within him who can witness all the drama that happens inside. And yeah, there's something about learning to be with that witness that is a great support. It's like building the inner parent that we never had. And once that wolf is, it is like it's like going to the gym and building a muscle. Yeah, building the one that can witness. But once that healthy adult is there, then it doesn't matter so much what comes up. And there's a great deal of freedom in that. So I hope that's useful, and I hope that you're somewhere in which you can enjoy this beautiful day. It really feels like spring is on the way.